of stupid easy. Oh. I actually missed a couple of those shots going so fast. That's funny. What's up, guys? Don't mind how sweaty I am. These studio lights are very hot. What's up, guys? Today I'm doing a video on a really cool gun. I want to thank a viewer who actually sent this in to me. This is the Scorpion Evo 3S1. It's not my gun. So this was actually a firearm I was looking into purchasing. I wanted a PCC to, plink around with 9mm, and I ended up going with the KR9, but this was one I considered. But there was a couple things about it that deterred me from buying this gun. So I'm just going to get the negatives out of the way to begin with. So first off, the trigger is awful. It's very heavy. Secondly, I'm not a big fan of the selector. It's kind of in the way of my index finger here, and then on this side, it is just impossible for me to put it on safety with my thumb. I have to break my grip to actuate it. But I will say, taking it off safety with my thumb is not that bad. And when it's off safety, that safety just is right on your index finger when you're shooting. Now I will say there is some advantages to it that the more I play with this gun, the more I realize I kind of appreciate it. So when you grab the gun, you would feel that safety and know immediately the gun is on fire. Also, you can take it off fire with your index finger. So you're already going to be taking your finger off the trigger to put it on safety, so you would be coming up anyways to extend your finger. So you just come up like this, flick it on safety, and then you can take it off safety with your thumb. And then the safety doesn't seem so bad. It is a heavy safety, but honestly, it's very easy to actuate once you kind of use both fingers. So it is ambidextrous. Also, the charging handle is a bit small. The more I play with this gun though, the more it really doesn't bother me. But the owner doesn't like it. When I first got it, I didn't like it. I thought it was too small and I felt all the weight on just one finger. But it's really not that bad, in my opinion. An extended one would be nice, but honestly, it's not that bad. I do feel like I'm pretty close to the gun, and I feel like you could scrape a couple edges, but since it's plastic and rounded edges, it's not that big of a deal. I don't mind that charging handle. And then you have the rails, which I didn't think of this until I got it back from the range, but the rails, when you have your hand on it, it's a little bit uncomfortable. Well, I got these rail guard things. I had them for something, I don't remember what, but anyways, it was long enough that when I cut it in half, I was able to put it over the rails almost perfectly. And it makes it a lot more comfortable to grab onto. So, honestly, those are my complaints. There's not a lot I could say bad about this gun, other than the trigger sucks. I'm not a big fan of the safety rubbing against my index finger, and the charging handle is a bit small. Aside from that, oh, and there's a lot of polymer on it, so if you don't like polymer, that could be a negative. But in my opinion, I've come around to this gun. I actually really like it. So the owner put on this gun a FS 1913 brace from SB Tactical, and this is actually aluminum. To fold it, I find it's a little heavy because you have to pull it up, and it feels like it's just a fraction of an inch more than I'm comfortable with. Because you go like this, you pull up, and you want to turn it there, but you have to go up a little bit further, and then it folds into a very small package. It is a really handy size firearm. Then you can flick it out like that, locks into place, and you got a small compact pistol with a brace, and it feels really comfortable, honestly. It's short. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's short, it's compact. I really love the size of this gun. The KR9 is just a little bit longer than this in the pistol configuration, but this does feel more compact. And he's got a hand stop at the end of the gun right here. The gun comes with 2 backup sights, or if you don't get a red dot, the primary sights. They're CZ sights, and they're metal, and actually, I'm not sure if they're actually steel. Are they? Huh. I actually thought they were aluminum, but they're steel, because they're magnetic. Unless there's something magnetic in it. Probably gonna cut that. So the gun comes with these 2 metal sights, and I really like them. They're peephole sights, and they're adjustable for different size peepholes. I kind of like that. I never was able to use it because he had this hollow stone sight on it. By the way, first time I've ever dealt with a hollow stone, and I really like it. It's a very nice optic. It held 0 very well. Actually, the funny thing about it is the windage was perfect. I never touched the windage on this sight, but the elevation was way off, so I had to adjust that. But it held 0, and it's got this solar panel in there for charging. This video is not about the hollow sun, but I just want to point this out. Here's the box it comes in, and the packaging impressed me. It's got a plastic lid, plastic case, some foam on the inside, instruction manual, and then it comes with an adjustment tool, a torque bit, blah, blah, blah. But I was actually really impressed with the packaging. All right, so we're maybe 19 yards away. Oh. So I got a paper target out there. I'm gonna try to see how good of a group I can have with this gun, instead of just nailing the steel target the whole time. There's just so much trigger. Well, that is a pretty good group if I do say so. Here's the target. Now there's 2 outside the 10 ring, and I was just talking about this. There's so much pull that towards the end I started mashing the trigger and I saw those come up. But this is the group at around 20 yards. Got this thing all sighted in, and I'm going to be trying one of these magazines. Now this is actually a Palmetto State Armory magazine meant for the AKV. It's very tight in the gun, like it will not fall out. You have to rip it, see? I don't think it, yeah. You have to rip it to get out, but it does lock in place. Almost hit myself in the face with the, but anyways, it's almost completely loaded up. I think there's like 26, 27 rounds in there. I just want to see if they work. I mean, Palmetto State Armory makes good stuff, but this is meant for the AKV or the AR9 or whatever. They have a couple guns that use these mags, but I don't think I'm gonna have any problems. Now I think we got this thing pretty sighted in. That poor steel target. So disassembly on this gun, it's really easy. First, you lock the bolt back and up, take the mag out. Then there is a bolt right here that you push across. When you pull it through, like that, you can hinge out your trigger assembly. Then you can go in there with your fingers and pull out the bolt. It's really easy. And I was putting that in backwards. I don't know why I keep doing that. But as you can see, really easy to disassemble. All right, let's get back to the controls. I love the mag release. It's right here by the trigger guard, and you can use it as a heel release if you want to. You can take your thumb and grab it right here. Or, if you have long enough hands, your index finger can go and hit it. Actually, for me, I can hit it even easier with my middle finger, so I can flip up like this, hit this, and drop that mag. And it's ambidextrous. The bolt release is located on the left side, and I think it's an advantage if you're a left-hander. So if you're left-handed and you just put in a new mag, you can take your index finger and pull down on the bolt release. Whereas if you're right-handed, you have to grab the gun like this and pull down, which is also very easy. But that's the one thing I wish they would have made ambidextrous, because I would have loved to have been able to hit it with my index finger. Just a personal preference. Also, the magazines load really well. And the good thing about these guns is you can get those magazines pretty decently cheap. I am literally drenched in sweat. There's so much heat in here. All right, let's keep going. So, what else have I not told you about this gun? That's actually a very good question. I really do like the grip angle of it. I like the way it feels in my hands. I love hitting the controls. Actually, the more I mess with this gun, the more I like the safety, and the more I can overlook that trigger pull. But it would be something I'd want to replace. Also, the charging handle is reversible, so you can take it from this side and put it on the right side if you're left-handed. So this gun can be completely ambidextrous. There's a lot going for this gun. My big thing about it is the price point and everything that everybody changes out immediately. With, for example, my KR9, I love that gun, and I was looking into it and debating it over this, and honestly, out of the box, it had a better trigger, and that kind of won me over, honestly. The trigger is a down point for me, in my opinion. It's a criticism I have for this gun. If they would just come to market with a decent trigger, I think a lot more people would be wanting to buy these. It is a short, compact package that is reliable, it's accurate. I mean, and the aftermarket parts like, magazines and trigger components, you could really make this thing a fantastic gun. My criticism is out of the box. Comes in this plain box. It comes with things that I'm going to want to replace immediately, like the trigger and the the safety, I'd probably have it as a one side safety. Oh man, it's so hot in here. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was an awesome gun. I'm so thankful for the viewer who actually lent it to me. I'm having a harder and harder time finding firearms for videos, so I want to thank him for donating this for me to review. Sadly, my videos are going to slow down drastically because ammo is going up in price, and trying to get firearms and ammo is getting to be more and more difficult and more expensive. So I'm going to keep trying to make videos for you guys. I hope you enjoyed everything I've made up to this point. Stay tuned. I hope I got some really cool guns coming up soon.